Hello, everybody. Welcome back to New York Talk. This is the Scout Report, and this time we're looking ahead to the Boxing Day fixture. We have Wigan Athletic joining us at New York Stadium this week. We have Barry joining us. How are you doing, Barry?
Very well, thank you, Matt. How's yourself?
Very, very good. Very, very good. Let's start with the Christmas period. I've just spoke to you guys on your podcast. So I assume, like all football fans, you're a big fan of the Christmas period. Football every other day. It's just exciting, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They just come thick and fast, and I'm pleased we've got some big games as well. I mean, we're coaching Rotherham in that, despite your lower league position at the moment, but dropped from the Championship. I think you've got a bit of cash, well, more cash than us anyway. I think most people have more cash than us at the moment. So we've got yourselves, Wrexham, Huddersfield, and Birmingham all coming up.
Oh dear. That is busy. That is very busy. So let me just go back a little bit. Obviously, the last time we faced each other was the last game of the season, in 2022. Obviously, that was a great day for us, but obviously there was still ownership issues at the time. Just briefly, we could probably spend a full hour on this, but just briefly, everything seems very stable off the field at the minute. Is that right?
It is, but we're not spending any money. The new owners came in, and local people, they own the rugby club. And they said they didn't want to throw money at it, and we've got to be self-sustainable, which is virtually impossible anyway in the EFL. So I think we're working off losing about $3 million a year. I think they're all right with that. Or running on $3 million a year. Sorry. So yeah, it's quite stable. We're not flamboyant off the pitch. We're not splashing things around. But I think it's going to be a very steady growth. It's almost like we've reset the club, if I'm being honest with you, and starting again.
Yeah, and for where you were without the couple of mad owners, that's not a bad thing, is it? I suppose.
Absolutely not. No, I'd hate for any club to go through, the fans of any club to go through what we went through. We was literally 2 days away the last time we played you in that game. The last game of the season, we got to June, and the EFL had told us you've 2 days to get this. We pushed the new owners through. I think it took the fastest in history. 5 days total from declaring interest to becoming owners. 5 days. So that's how close to the way we were to going out of existence.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody wants that. I'm sure one of the foundations your club seems to have built on is excellent youth players. You seem to just produce one after the other. I want to talk about Sam Tickle. Is somebody I keep seeing his name mentioned. I've not seen him play yet. The goalkeeper. Maybe it's not seen. How good is he? Is he one that is destined for the top?
Absolutely. In fact, that game, when you played his last game of the season, he made his league debut in that game. Yeah. So Malone gave him his league debut. So it was obvious then that our previous keeper, Ben Amos, was going to be out of the club, and Sam was going to cement that number one. They give him the number one shirt. He's been called up to the England under-21s for all the squads ever since. Manchester United, Arsenal and Everton have all expressed interest. He turned Arsenal down himself in summer on the last day of the transfer window. He says, I spoke to him at an awards ceremony the other week. He said, I just want to play football. He's just a brilliant kid. He's from Warrington, just down the road from Wigan. He was a Latics fan. So he is incredible for his age. He's 21. He's massive stature. He's a great shot stopper. His position is excellent. And we played Shrewsbury yesterday, and he made a mistake in the 88th minute, and they scored an equaliser. So, but I'll tell you what, nobody would begrudge him. He just pushed the ball. He just parried the ball out a little bit on the deck. He slipped, and one of the players toe put the ball in the back of the net. But he's outstanding, an outstanding goalkeeper.
Fair enough. We'll keep an eye out for them. Just let's go back to start of the season. What was the pre-season expectation? Like you say, you're not spending much money, so there's not much. You're not going to be spending loads on some wages as well. What was the pre-season expectation coming into this new season with, like I say, a lot of big boys in it?
Yeah, well, I mean, your hopes and your expectations are two different things, aren't they? I was hoping we'd be tickling the backside of the top six, trying to get into the playoffs. But even so, I think we're still only about 8 points off it, and there's a long way to go yet. But our problem was with no goal scorers, our strikers had left. Charlie Wyke had left, Stephen Humphries left, etc. So that Callum Wang left at halfway through last season. Our goal scorers are gone, and we brought in 2 young lads, one on loan from Nottingham Forest, Dale Taylor, who I'll tell you is exceptional, but he needs time to grow and get experience. And we brought Joe Ugill in as well. So I was expecting perhaps a slight improvement on last season. We finished 14th, so mid-table-ish. I still think we're capable of that. At times we play some wonderful football. Other times we don't. It's because we're full of kids. You mentioned about our academy. It's just crammed full of young, inexperienced players. About 5 or 6 of them are playing in the first season in senior football as well. So they're learning on the feet, literally learning on the feet. But I think we've got the basis of a very good, promising side there. But yeah, so expectations. But I think I expected us to be slightly higher than what we are. I suppose, like yourselves, really, probably around about 12th, 14th at this point. But we're not too far off, and we beat Bolton last week, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
Exactly. They always say, did everybody a favour by upsetting Ian Everett? We're all big fans of that, especially in our podcast. So thank you. Talking about Sean Malone, the manager, he's been there a couple of years, so that obviously hopefully it should bring some stability. Is he the right man for the journey forward?
It depends who you ask. If you ask me, absolutely 100%. Right, he's not trying to play the kids. I love the style of football he's trying to implement. I just like it to be a little bit quicker. We are quite slow sometimes in our build-up, but again, that's down to inexperience, and it develops. You can see the development coming in the football. Quite a few of our supporters prefer the Liam Richardson type, which is percentage football, boot it in the corners, win free kicks, corner balls, and it was successful for us. We got promoted, we won the league that season with you, and was vying for the title between ourselves. So it worked then. But I like the more patient build-up. I like Malone is from the Roberto Martinez School of Football. He coached with him at Belgium, and that's exactly the way we are. We set up and we play that style. So for me, 100%. And the other thing with Sean Maloney, he gets the club. He understands it. He's a fan. He always talks about the time when we signed him from Celtic and how we turned his career around. And he just he took the corner on that one. Was the FA Cup when Ben Watson scored. Got to get these in. See, beating Bolton for 10 years on the trot, winning the FA Cup. They're very important in any of these interviews. But Sean Malone is integral, into all those as well. So for me, and I'd say for the majority of supporters, he's the man to take us forward.
Fair enough. Talking about some other players, mentioned the goalkeeper. Are there any other players that are going to be important players for you if you're going to have a good day Boxing Day?
Yeah, well, we've got Tello Asgard. He's been around, seems like for an age, but he's only 22 still. He's close on 170 appearances for us. Wow. He's our top scorer this season. And he's absolutely flying. I think there's a bit of an argument who scored our first goal yesterday, whether it was Tello or Dale Taylor, because Tello shot from the edge of the box and it went through Taylor's legs, and I think he's claiming he got a little flick, but we'll see. Well, if Tello gets it, I think he's on 9 or 10 now for the season, and he plays in the number 10 role, so he's not an out-and-out striker. His touch is incredible. He's got Premier League touch. I'm not saying he's a Premier League player, but he's got that touch. He can hit the spectacular goal. Is absolutely fabulous. Dale Taylor, I mentioned, we've got him from Nottingham Forest on loan, Northern Ireland International, under 21 as well, captain. He's a little stocky forward, loads of strength about him, very, very busy. But he's like a false nine, the ones who drop deep all the time, hit the ball. Yeah. He's got a brilliant turn on him. And then we've got a player that who's not played against you with us before, but he's his second season with us. You might be aware of him. I think he played at Doncaster. Matt Smith. He's an Arsenal Academy graduate, captain of Arsenal under-21s. He's just a purist footballer. He picks the ball, he carries it, he plays lovely passes. He had the assist yesterday for Dale Taylor's second goal for us. Beautiful movements, picked the ball up in midfield, wrong foot in the defence, lovely through ball for Taylor, who put it in the back of the net. He's like, I always refer to him as a Rolls Royce player, because that's what he reminds me of. I think he'd be better with better players around him. He's one of those players.
Yeah.
I think you've got one of those, haven't you? You mentioned. Yeah. So, I picked those three out as well as Big Sam in goals.
Perfect. And if we just finish on score prediction, if we're going to win, what will go well, and then what would your score prediction be as well?
Well, we conceded 2 yesterday against Shrewsbury, but defensively we're quite good. I think we were at one point we was the lowest conceders in the league, and only a couple of weeks ago we were second or third lowest. So I still think we're around about that. So defensively we're quite good, but we tend to keep possession of the ball quite a lot and stop you from creating chances. So that's number one, which has to go. We have to get back on our form. Williamson scored an own goal yesterday. That was his third of the season. So he's got to stop putting the ball in our net, Will, if you're listening to this. And that's something that's got to go our way as well. And grabbing a goal. We're not very prolific. It's a word I use quite a lot, clinicality. We don't show too much clinicality. I think we're the second lowest scorers in the league, so that says everything. But it looks like we're turning that round slightly at the moment. So hopefully that's going to be improving as the season goes on. So I'm going to go for, do you want me to do a prediction?
Yes, please.
I'm very tempted to say nil apiece, but you told me you always concede. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 Latics win. And that will be the third time we've met on Boxing Day and the first time we haven't lost to you. So that's what I'm going for. A Wigan Athletic win to reverse the trend, 1-0.
Fair enough. I hope not. Thank you very much, Barry. Thank you, everybody who was watching today. Make sure you have subscribed, and Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas, Barry, and to all you guys over there. We will see you next time. Thank you very much, Barry, for doing this. Appreciate it, mate.
Merry Christmas. See you all later.
Thank you for watching, everybody. And up the Millers.